Hello viewers and welcome to this edition of Time with your banker and financial advisor. With me this evening is Mr. AMOS MANTEY, a representative of Bank of Ghana. He's from the Collateral Registry Department. Stay glued to your seat. We'll be right back after the short break. Welcome back, viewers, and thank you for watching Time with your banker and financial advisor. I'm your banker, Betty Ayi. Mr. MANTEY, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, because of COVID, we can't even shake hands.
I know.
But you are most welcome.
Thank you very much once again.
From Bank of Ghana,
yes.
Collateral Registry Department.
Yes, madam.
Let's talk about Collateral Registry. What is Collateral Registry?
Okay. So the Collateral Registry is a department of the Bank of Ghana. And the registry was set up on 1st February 2010. So the registry has been in existence for close to 11 years. Okay, so the law or the act that paved way for the setup of the Collateral Registry was the Borrowers and Lenders Act 2008, Act 773, which has been repealed and replaced with the new Borrowers and Lenders Act 2020, Act 1052. Okay, so to further explain what the Collateral Registry is, I'd like to give a brief history for our viewers to appreciate what necessitated the setup of the Collateral Registry. So pre-2010, when I say pre-2010, I mean before the setup of the Collateral Registry, the Bank of Ghana observed that Ghana's credit market was faced with some challenges which affected the flow of credit or access to finance to borrowers, particularly the SMEs. And borrowers and lenders were also faced with some challenges. SMEs as in small and medium business.
Yes,
small and medium enterprises. And also challenges, and borrowers also face challenges, and lenders on the other hand also face some level of challenges. So notable among these challenges were issues of transparency between borrowers and lenders, and issues of lack of information on collateral, and also challenges with enforcement. Lenders on the other hand were also faced with challenges of perfecting or protecting their interest in assets that they have accepted as collateral. And further, these lenders were also unwilling to accept certain type of assets as collateral. Okay, so I'm giving all these challenges. Let me just use a scenario to let me just paint the picture clearly.
Yeah, okay,
so Madam Betty, let's say before 2010, we are still looking at pre-2010. Let's say before 2010, you go to a financial institution, let's say Bank A, to access a credit. Okay, maybe you need some money to meet an urgent need and you go to a bank to access credit and you pledge your vehicle as collateral, okay, and they give you a loan. And fast forward, you go to the bank and they refuse to give you another loan. So you move to Bank B. You pledge that same vehicle as collateral in Bank B. So pre-2010, the question that arises is, how would Bank B know the status of the vehicle that you presented to them? Because you've taken that vehicle to Bank A, and you have taken that same vehicle to Bank B. Okay, so there was no framework that would actually give lenders or the banks information on assets that the borrowers have presented as collateral. And also, the banks could not also protect their interest or perfect their interest in the assets that you have presented at that time. Okay, so the Collateral Registry primarily was established to provide a platform where these lenders can register their security interest in assets that the borrowers have presented as collateral. Okay, so it's like an information hub of collateral, just as the name implies, Collateral Registry. It's an information hub of Collateral Registry for lenders to have information on assets, for them to protect their interest. And mind you, when these lenders have information on assets, they'll be comfortable to give credit. So if I'm a borrower, like as you mentioned, the SMEs have consumable goods, and I pledge this as collateral, the lender can have information on these assets. So by so doing, they'll be comfortable in accepting these assets as collateral because they have information on them. And also, looking at Collateral Registry, registries like a Land Commission, which accepts documents. The Collateral Registry is unique. It operates a notice filing system where we have a platform where lenders can go and post these assets that have been pledged as collateral on the platform. So we don't accept documents. You are not to present any document to the Collateral Registry to register your interest in an asset. It's an online platform, so the lenders will visit this platform and they'll register their interest in these assets on the platform. And it will interest you to know, Madam Betty, that Collateral Registry was the first of its kind to begin operations in Africa. So we have people from other countries coming to understudy the registry to know how the registry was set up and how it's been performing over the years. Yes.
Yeah, you said that then you gave a scenario.
Yes.
That if one pledges or one gives out his vehicle to Bank A and he takes the same vehicle to Bank B for a loan, Bank B will not know whether he's taking that vehicle to Bank A. But prior to 2010, most banks also take charges over collateral that are brought to them. So this vehicle, Bank A can decide to go and take charge over it, go and register it in his name, or make an agreement between themselves and the lender, the borrower. So if they go to register, it almost lies on Bank B to go and find out whether the asset or the car the vehicle that is being brought is really has been pledged to someone else or not. So if Bank B doesn't do that and he gives out loan, then the customer is not at fault.
No, the customer is not at fault.
Yes. So if you say that banks were not doing that before the registry came into being, I don't think I get it right, because banks were taking charges over assets that they accept as collateral.
Exactly. So if maybe, as I mentioned earlier, you go to a financial institution and you present an asset as collateral, the bank can take a charge over it. Okay, but we didn't have a registry, a hub where maybe all these collateral were posted. So if
for
you go
easy access.
For easy access. So if maybe I go to, as I mentioned earlier, I go to Bank B, the borrower can choose to tell the lender that I've taken another facility in another institution. So let's assume that the borrower didn't tell Bank B. How would Bank B know? But Bank A might have, created a charge over this vehicle, but there is no platform. There was nothing where maybe we can all go and
to assess, to see what is there and what is not there. So that comfort comes in.
That transparency will come in. Yes. So that was what was lacking in the credit market.
Okay. So what are your core functions? What exactly do you do?
Okay. So
because you've mentioned that to give comfort to both the bank and the borrower. Yes. That is why this platform is being created. Yes. So all assets that has been picked up by banks or borrowers, the lenders association, they also lend money. Yeah. The microfinances are there. They are all the savings and loans, they are all there. So they all pick collateral as security for facilities they give. And then they go to post it on your registry platform.
On the platform.
That enables others to come and search. So if somebody comes to a lender, I don't want to put banks there because it's not only banks who are lenders now. If somebody comes to a lender and wants to access a facility or a loan, the person can go straight to the platform to check.
Perfect.
Or if the person is giving out money to somebody, he wants to go and check. Or if a security is being given to someone, let's say, as you've already said, you pick up a security or an asset for a loan. You want to go and check whether that asset has already been given to somebody else. Okay, I get it. So apart from that, what are some of your functions? Okay, so
under the Borrowers and Lenders Act, the core functions of the registry is to provide a platform for the registration of security interest, and also a platform for conducting of searches on assets that have been presented as collateral, and finally to assist with enforcement. There's an alternative means of enforcement that is provided for under the Act, which is conducted or done by the Collateral Registry Department. So basically, these are the key or the core functions of the Collateral Registry under the Borrowers and Lenders Act.
So what is the security interest you mentioned? What about that?
Okay. So remember I mentioned when I was giving the background or the history of the Collateral Registry that the registry has provided a platform where security interest can be registered. Okay, so basically a security interest is a legal right that a borrower has given to a lender for the lender to what? To lay claim or to take over the borrower's assets when the borrower fails to what? To make payments. Okay, or maybe when the borrower defaults. So in the same scenario, I go to a bank and I use, let's say, my goods or a land as collateral. Okay, so I'm a borrower, so I give the lender that right over my asset that when I default, you can take the vehicle and sell it to defray the outstanding debt. So that right that I give to the lender is what we call the security interest. And that right, which is the security interest, is what is registered on the collateral registry platform.
Yeah, if I can get you right, that means that every asset, there is an interest in the asset.
Yes.
If you have an asset, you have a kind of interest in your asset.
Exactly.
So that interest is what you want to give out to the lender.
Yes.
As a borrower, you want to give that interest out to the lender so that the lender can have, he also can have that access to that interest.
Exactly.
And when he has that asset, it becomes like a security to him.
Exactly.
So that's basically what you're talking about.
Yes.
What type of assets are we talking about?
Okay, so the type of assets we are looking at immovable assets. We are looking at movable assets. So for immovable assets, we are looking at land, we are looking at buildings. Okay, so movable assets, we are looking at plants and equipment. We are looking at household assets, vehicles, investments, inventories and stocks, livestock, as I mentioned earlier, pharmaceutical products, and a whole lot of range of assets that a borrower can present as collateral. So there's no limitation to the assets that a borrower can present as collateral under the Act.
In the scenario you gave, that you can use your car for loan from Bank A and at the same time loan from Bank B. Exactly. Is it possible?
Yes.
Is it possible?
It's very possible, and it's not illegal. Okay. Put it that way, it's very possible. So one of the reasons why the registry was established is to provide create an environment which will provide multiple sources of credit to the borrower. So to use another scenario, Madam Betty, maybe you use your vehicle, which is worth 100,000 Ghana cedis, okay, and you go for a loan from Bank A, which is worth 20,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, so there's a room of 80,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Okay, and I move to another bank, and I take a loan of 50,000. So realize that because there's a room, the bank can accommodate the space, the room that is left, and give me a facility of, let's say, 50,000 Ghana cedis. So that is what's called multiple lending. So a borrower is allowed, can use one asset to access credit from different financial institutions or different lenders. And there's no issue of what illegality here. The borrower can present that. So by so doing, it will help the borrower to access different forms of credit to expand their business. Okay, yes.
Yeah, but now it's one vehicle we are talking about.
Yes.
He has given it to Bank A or lender A. Same vehicle to lender B, to lender C.
Yes.
Depending on the room or the amount available, the amount available. If that person defaults, who takes charge over the vehicle?
Yes, very good question, madam. So that is where the benefit of registering at the collateral registry comes to play. So when you register, when the lender registers their security interest with the collateral registry, they establish what we call priority. Okay, so the one who registers first is has the first priority over anybody who registers subsequently. Okay, so when you register first, your interest will supersede any other registration with the collateral registry. So the one who registers first, interest will supersede the subsequent ones who accepted our vehicle as collateral. So we have what we call the priority one, first priority holder, second priority holder, and the third priority holder.
So in essence, all 3 or 4 lenders can register?
Can register, but it is dependent on the value of the vehicle.
You gave a scenario that if a customer has maybe a car worth 120,000 Ghana cedis,
yes.
He goes to lender A, loans money at 30,000, he still has room.
Yes.
Goes to lender B, takes 20,000, he still has room. Goes to lender C, he still for maybe another 20,000, there is still room. But lender B went to register with your registry before lender A.
Okay.
Though lender A
gave the loan first.
Okay. If the customer defaults, who has priority?
Okay, so lender B has priority since lender B registered first. So it doesn't matter who gave the facility or who gave the loan first. Okay, the one who registered first establishes what we call the priority, the order of priority. So when you register first, you become the first priority holder. So it's very important for a lender, when you accept an asset as collateral, you have to register with the collateral registry to secure your interest. And by so doing, establish your order of priority as being maybe the first priority holder. Okay, so for lender B, and the lender B can do a search. Lender A can do a search on the collateral registry platform to know whether there's an existing interest. Okay, so if maybe they want to also accept that vehicle, they can do a search on the collateral registry platform to know whether there's an existing interest, which will help them to make an informed decision whether they still want to go ahead and accept that asset as collateral.
So it means that if a customer comes with an asset to a lender, the onus lies on the lender to go and search.
Yes, with the collateral registry.
With the collateral registry to see whether somebody has already registered his or her interest over that asset.
Yes.
If you don't do that, that means it is to your own detriment.
To your own detriment.
How is that search done?
Okay, so the search is done on the platform which we've talked about, which we call the Collateral Registry Application Software. It's an online portal. Okay. So the lender, as part of the credit administration processes, when a borrower presents an asset, they'll conduct a search on the asset. So if it's a vehicle, you are looking at the vehicle registration number, you can use the vehicle registration number to conduct a search. If it's a land, you are looking at the land title certificate number, you can use that to also conduct a search. Or any collateral identifier, you can use that to conduct a search on the collateral registry platform, and you get the status of that asset that the borrower has presented as collateral.
As a lender, after I've registered my security with the collateral registry, how would they assist me enforce the asset if the lender defaults?
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier when we were discussing the functions of the collateral registry, I mentioned that the collateral registry assists lenders when it comes to enforcement. So under Section 61 of the Act, that's the Borrowers and Lenders Act 2020, Act 1052, the Act has presented 3 alternatives that is available to the lender for them to fall on to realize their interest in an asset. So 1, the lender can sue the borrower. 2, the lender can come to the collateral registry where the security interest has been registered with the collateral registry, or they can appoint a receiver or manager to enforce on their behalf. So the second one, that is where the collateral registry comes in. The registry issues a certificate which we call the Memorandum of No Objection. Okay, it's a certificate which is issued to the lenders after they've met certain requirements. Okay, so one of the requirements is when a borrower defaults, the lender, you are required to serve the borrower with a demand notice, giving the borrower a period of 30 days, within which they have to cure the default. Okay, where the collateral is a non-perishable asset, give the borrower a 30-day period. So if the borrower fails to cure the default, you can come to the collateral registry and register your intention to realize your interest in that asset. Okay, so when you meet the requirements, so some of the requirements are you furnish the collateral registry with a credit agreement, and you must provide evidence that the notice of default has been received and you have served the borrower with the demand notice. So the registrar will review this and certify the realization process by issuing a certificate which we call the Memorandum of No Objection. Okay, so with that certificate, the lender can take possession of whatever asset has been pledged as collateral. Okay, so what the Act further says that obviously sometimes there will be a level of resistance from the borrower. So you can apply to court to get a warrant, to get the police to assist you to take possession of whatever asset has been pledged as collateral.
30 days, is it not too short?
30 days is not
or
too
that's
short.
the law?
That's the law. But the Act has also made room for assets that are perishable. So if you are looking at consumer goods which are perishable, you cannot say that the lender should wait for 30 days.
You get it.
So for perishable assets, the lender can just notify the borrower and come to the collateral registry and meet the requirements for the Memorandum of No Objection to be issued to the lender.
So when the lender has that memorandum
of no objection,
then he can take possession of the assets.
Yes, or apply to court to get a warrant to get the police to assist them to take possession.
If the borrower pays off the loan, what happens?
Okay, so if the borrower pays off the loan, that is where Bank of Ghana urges the lenders that you have to discharge the borrower from the collateral registry platform. Okay, so Madam Betty, just imagine I have taken a loan from Bank A and I've paid the loan, but I'm still keeping my record there as if I'm owing. When you do that, it affects my credit information. So the Act requires that a lender, within 5 days after the borrower has cured the default, you have to discharge the borrower from the collateral registry platform, so that when the borrower goes to another financial institution to assess credit, it will show, or in the search report, it will show that the borrower hasn't pledged any asset, or there's no interest from any lender in that asset. So lenders are required to discharge. And lenders who fail to do that, Bank of Ghana has imposed some penalties on lenders who fail to do that, who fail to discharge borrowers who have registered their interest, who have paid, who have paid off their loan. Yes.
What is your advice to both lenders and borrowers relating to this collateral registry?
Okay. So the collateral registry, as we've mentioned earlier, has provided a platform where lenders can conduct a search on asset that has been presented as collateral. On the other hand, a borrower can also take advantage, or the general public can also take advantage of this credit infrastructure. So let's look at a scenario where maybe I'm going to buy an asset. Let's say a vehicle. And it's likely that the vehicle has been pledged as collateral. How would I know? I'm just an innocent citizen. I'm going to buy a vehicle. How will I know that this vehicle has been pledged as collateral? You can also take advantage of the collateral registry platform to conduct a search on the collateral registry application software to know whether whatever asset you intend to buy, be it a vehicle, be it a land, to do a search on this asset to know whether it's been used or pledged as a collateral in a financial institution. By so doing, it will help you to make an informed decision so that you don't end up buying an asset, you don't end up buying a vehicle which has already been which is like you're buying a debt because it's already been encumbered or it's already been used as a collateral in a financial institution. So you can locate us at CD House, Bank of Ghana CD House, 11th floor, or you can visit our website, www.collateralregistry.gov.gh.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much, Madam Betty.
MANTEY Annan.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope next time when we call you, you avail yourself.
I'll avail myself.
Viewers, this is where we'll end today's time with your banker and financial advisor. With me today is Mr. MANTEY Annan from the Collateral Registry Department of Bank of Ghana. Thank you for watching us. I'm your banker, Betty Ayi. See you again same time next week.